And we're live. Hi, everyone. How are we doing? Oh, there he
Cheers.
is.
You see that slide in? That was beautiful.
That was gorgeous. Guys, we are here on live on another episode of Real Family-ish. And we are going to be having some fun tonight. We got a special guest, which actually,
I was
going to say, I've never met this man before in my life. So I'm going to let Mike take the real.
What's up, random stranger?
What's up, random stranger? Thanks for joining us today.
Howdy. I'm glad I'm in no danger.
Yeah, right. We're okay. We're okay. So introducing Caleb. So I'm going to let you kind of go into a little bit more about your background profile. We're going to ask you a bunch of questions, but Caleb, you've probably seen on either my social media or the company's social media. We just recently sponsored him. Really excited about that and super proud to just like be able to work with you, having you entrust us on the kind of strength conditioning, nutrition side of things. Obviously, an amazing Muay Thai fighter, coach, and just person in general, you know. So we're kind of kick it off with that. But Caleb, I'll kick it to you to kind of give us, before we go into your full story, so we don't need a whole thing, but I want you to initially start with, talk to us about a little bit of where you're at in life right now. Where are you at? You're in North Carolina, maybe we're in Denver,
Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I've been here off and on for about a decade. It's where I started my Muay Thai journey. Before that, I was actually in MMA because I didn't like getting bullied, and my friend bet me $100 if I could knock anyone out. And I was like, "Ooh, money!" And I got knocked out by getting hit in the solar plex. I hadn't stopped since, and it turned my life around, actually.
Okay. Can you do me one favor? Move your camera down just so. Can you point the camera so you're?
Oh yeah,
there you go. Thank you.
G's very particular about how the camera is.
I want to see his face. I don't want to see the top of his head. I want to see his face.
We want to see that beautiful face.
You want me to be a headmaster, right? You want to see this forehead.
Exactly. That's all that people want to see. There is your forehead and how big. Does the forehead go? Not as big, I guess. There we go. Get up and close and personal. So, guys, we're going to jump into his back. He goes like, yeah, look at my face.
Really close. I'm like,
it's okay. Here, look. Would this make you feel better? Boom. There you go.
My face is close. Like,
It's okay. It's gorgeous. Right. It's lovely. Don't you worry. You're gorgeous, honey. But, guys, we're going to run through.
Are you from Jersey or New York?
New York.
Yeah. Knew it.
Oh, can you
tell?
Well, Mike's from New York too. Mike's from New York too, though. Don't try to say, "Hey, you from New York."
Women from New York and New Jersey have a particular twang when they speak.
That's definitely We definitely have a.
I'm just a regular schmegula girl from the Bronx. What are you talking about? No, I'm kidding. I'm from Long Island.
Same. But still same.
But guys, don't forget, we also we're going to talk about his story right quick. And then we're also going to let you know that we do have products down below in the carousel, guys. Take a moment, swipe through. Everything you see down in the carousel is here on our live, from the lights we're using, the camera, and everything in between. Feel free to ask us.
The underdesk bike I have right now.
Yeah. Are you pedaling? Are you pedaling too, right? Can you tell we're pedaling? Right now. Can you tell we're riding bikes right now?
We got bikes under our desk right now, okay? It's just high level, constantly going.
Oh, I just have a toilet.
Are you sitting on the toilet?
Yeah.
Shut up!
I got it built into my room.
Yeah, it's just in the chair.
I thought maybe maybe he has like a kid or something, and he's like sitting on like a potty training potty.
Bro, you got like a portable, like, you know what I mean? Like a portable squatty potty.
I'm already good.
You're just good like that. I see you.
So tell us a little bit about your background. Tell us what you do, how you got into kicking people's butts and just punching people in the face and enjoying it.
That's an important question.
Not the best of households. Got bullied. Going into bad places. My friend saw that. Knew the easiest way to turn it around was to give me a challenge, which was, like I said before, he bet me $100. Shout out to Dan. He knows who he is. And I lost that, but I had gained an obsession with it and a good place to get some self-confidence. B, somewhere to let my anger out, and C, to grow as a person and meet some people.
Okay. Did you feel anger was an issue for you?
Huge issue.
Okay. And what was the first sign of that?
We're getting deep here, Caleb.
Fighting. And if I'm asking anything that's crossing any lines you don't feel comfortable, I guess a safe word would be banana. Just be like, banana or something.
I have a lot of anger towards my father.
Say again?
A lot of anger towards my biological father.
Okay. Do you want to dig into that, or is that a no-go?
It's fine. It's like happened when I had visitation, put me in a hospital, and hadn't seen her until I was 24. So, and welcome, a plethora of issues came with that growing up. One of them was anger and insecurity. Thankfully, the anger's gone.
Do you really feel it's
Now I
gone
just
though?
have like,
Do you feel it's actually gone?
much better place.
Okay.
Me from 15, me now, huge difference. A lot different.
So wait, can I pause there really quick? Because I want to dig into, I want to ask a question because
Go ahead.
there's certain common themes I've noticed in fighters, martial artists, and people that get attracted to this type of world and community. One is also an anime background. So we could dig into that as well, which we'll talk about. But also this correlation between, hey, originally maybe have anger issues or we're having an outlet for anger and then maybe starts to snowball because then there's external validation from performing, from winning, from whatever.
Yeah.
Then it starts to feed the cycle. So what I spent a lot of time, my earlier stages of my career was thinking I needed anger and negativity in my life to fuel my fight camps and my passion, and started to kind of live in a lot of negativity and draw that into my life. I'm curious, saying that with you and knowing that's my experience, what is that? Does that resonate with you at all? Does that could you see where that could happen? Do you have anything like that in your own life? If you don't mind me digging into that part, or how do you how does that work? How do you balance that?
For the longest time, I didn't even recognize the emotions outside of anger. Mostly just anger is the one I knew. The other ones I didn't know. I would dive into training for some odd hours after school. Then when I graduated, I'd be there as much as I could outside of work or sleeping, and it would help me work through. I couldn't feel the emotions because I was too tired to feel them,
and probably numbing yourself, right? Not like with things, but just like mentally numbing ourselves, turning parts of our brain off, like not going there.
I would work till I had passed out, and not just work from monetary, but training. I'd try to train until I'd be too tired to pass out, and then
do it again,
go to work, and then repeat the process.
So literally just running yourself to the ground, basically.
Yeah. My coach, Chris Clodfelter, and my friend Eric McCullough.
Shout out to Eric.
They would always have to hold me, I guess where they would like tell me to kick me out of the gym. And the same would be when I was in MMA, they would have to kick me out the gym versus keep me at the gym or try to get me to come.
But isn't that what coaches want? Isn't that like a catch-22? Isn't that what coaches want? So they were kicking you out of the gym, but doesn't every coach like, I need that kid who doesn't want to leave, type situation?
Yeah, you want the gym rat. That's the easiest thing to have.
But I think it's a very important responsibility as a coach is to draw those lines and those boundaries. And I was literally just talking about this with some of the fighters in the gym today before I came here, was like, listen, it's my role to pull you back. I want you to show up and give your 100% and trust that I'll let you get to the edge, but we won't go off that cliff. Like I'll pull us back before we get there, kind of a deal. Yeah. And now Caleb, because you get to also coach and compete, I thought that was an interesting transition for me in my career. And I'm curious how you feel that impacts you as a fighter, but also the coaching dynamic and how you kind of even balance out that component. Because you could talk about however you want with the programs you got writing right now, some of the online stuff. I'm going to actually drop your Instagram right now in our chat so that people can follow you.
I guess I'll go with fighting at first before coaching people.
Yeah.
It is the most selfish sport you'll be in. That's also, I realize you realize how much your teammates play a part in you gaining or growth, gaining knowledge or getting better growth, any way you want to call it. Because if you have crappy partners with crappy attitudes, well, it's really hard to be good and positive and motivate yourself if it's just you showing up every day. Experience from Thailand taught me, always easier if you have a group of individuals surrounding you that are all there for the same purpose.
Rosalinda said, hi, Caleb, and hope your day has been great. We got people tuning in right now.
Rosalinda. Yeah, B.
Yeah, for everyone who's just tuning in, we got Caleb here. We're kind of diving into I think this is going to be more like literally the life of a fighter. No pun intended. See what I did there?
You're getting too classy for me.
Ooh, child. But what we're going to do, I was like, oh, I'm like, what is he drinking? I thought it was a bottle.
No,
Like, hey,
just genuine H2O.
He's
No,
hydrating, bro.
You can drink whatever you want. I was just like, I legit looked like you were sipping like because I can't see from the corner of the screen. It looked like a straw in a bottle. I was like, oh, we're going like that tonight. Okay, honey.
We got training tomorrow.
Oh, do you?
Well, I mean, he's not like coming over or anything, but I know we're both going to be training tomorrow.
Oh no, I've got a fight on the 13th.
Yeah, so like I know.
So that's how many days away? That's literally a week away. So you have a fight.
No, May 13th.
Yeah. Next month.
Oh well, 13 is.
And then we'll also, one of the things I also want to talk about. So you started talking about like the gym dynamic. One thing I want to create, because it's like I wonder this dynamic, if you kind of take this for not for granted, but you're so used to it at this point. Think of how many champions the gym has put out. Like Chris has put out 8 points, Muay Thai has put out. You know, it's all, I think it might be at 50 now, maybe more. Definitely, I think like 40 plus. Maybe it's, I don't know the exact number. I'm just like in a range. My point saying, gee, so he comes from like a lineage in a really well-known gym for putting out like multiple champions. So like, I think, and the reason I highlight this is because there's obviously something going on in the environment and the community created. So I wanted to know from your experience, Caleb, being in that environment, being able to grow and develop in that environment, now giving back to that kind of environment, what has that been like as a fighter? Because like, I didn't always like have great gyms I was training at. Like I've seen great quality, like super elite gyms, and also seen like training out of the basement kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Didn't really know about it. I've been to America, Team Rock, 8 points. I can honestly count on one hand of gyms I've actually trained at.
Oh, really?
Yeah. For MMA, when I was at MMA, Team Rock Eden.
Because in my mind, I'm thinking like a fighter's been in like, I've been in and out of every gym possible, you know, like types of. No? Mm-hmm. Okay. Just 5 gyms. And Mike mentioned something. You trained in Thailand as well?
Yeah.
How was that?
Multiple times.
Phenomenal. One time. Just for about.
Well, I thought you came back for COVID and then you were back. I thought it was like 2 or 3 different times because of the COVID.
I lived in New York.
Oh.
Yeah.
So where were you born? Where were you from? Where's your place of origin?
East Orange.
East Orange, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Grew up a little bit in Jersey City. Then grew up a little bit more in town. I'm trying to remember, but I was there not far. Then a little bit of Virginia. My grandparents had gotten tired of living in the city. Like, we're going to move to North Carolina.
Woo-woo.
Okay. We lived in Virginia because there were some delays. Then we lived in North Carolina.
What age was this?
In Eden. I think like 10.
Oh, so they said no more city life for you. We're going to North Carolina.
Yeah. So, dude, what's that transition
hard at that
like
age.
too? Yeah, I was gonna say, man, that's a big transition.
Did you like it?
Oh, here's the easiest way I can put it. You guys know there's like corner stores everywhere, bodegas, and like a store you go to like 5, like maybe 30-second walk. Okay. Now go all the way down to any of the Carolinas or southern places with no sidewalks and street highways everywhere, and you're like, hey, where's the gas station at? And they go, oh, it's down the road, just down the road, right
2 miles later.
That's what it was like. Exactly that.
No, I couldn't do it. I give Mike even big props moving at how old are you when you guys moved to North Carolina?
25, 26. Mm-hmm. 20, like something like, or no, hold on. Yeah, 26 now. 20.
Not today, Satan. I'm sorry. I love North Carolina. I visit Mike 3 times already, I think, right? Is it 3 or 2? 3 times I visit Mike. I want to say
it's 3 times because it was since the first place. Mm-hmm. And yeah, Christina.
Hi, Christina. And no, I love North Carolina. Don't get me wrong. It was cute. It was a cute trip. Mm-hmm. I'll take it. But you could not pay me to move my butt from New York to North Carolina, only because like I need that hustle and bustle. I'm sorry. People were moving way too slow for me.
Yes. However, you know all those people that you hate in the city and there's always in the way and all that other stuff. Like you can't sleep at night because of the trains. Oh man, you know, all these people on the train. Oh, I hate walking with all these. Guess what? Ain't none of that is in North Carolina. The only regret
I would feel so lonely. I feel
food. Like the food that is the missing part. That New York has, that the Carolinas don't.
Yeah, it's like what? It's a different type.
What are you missing?
Types.
Like what types?
Different. There's Koreatown, there's Chinatown, there's
Okay, you're saying the
Jamaican.
Like good Indian food.
multicultural.
Like
Yes.
I think about the
There's-
halal guys. Like you can get like food carts, like the halal guys and stuff. They don't have that here.
Yeah, and I don't even think like DoorDash and
Have
Uber
like
Eats
a taco truck.
Yeah.
And it's probably
You got
like some
taco
organic
truck
taco
sometimes.
truck. It's definitely like
No,
some
it's a
hip.
good one.
Is it?
Thankfully, because there's this place called Walltown. It's the worst place to live in. Actually, High Point's the worst place to live in North Carolina. Walltown is a close second.
Like I feel like outside of barbecue though, what else is this like?
They've got some. More people have moved down. There's an nice Indian place. There's a Laotian couple that run a Thai place outside of a Harris Teeter.
But see, I love how you guys like. There's a Thai place. There's
Oh, there's
there's
like 3 of them.
there's
only one good one though. That's the problem. There's one good one, and there's about 3 of them where I live.
in an hour. If you live in New York, you could be within an hour. If you want to go to like it's such a melting pot. If you want to go to Chinatown and get authentic, I'm talking about authentic.
Yeah.
You know, Chinese, Korean food.
How do you know
or-
it's authentic? Have you been to China and or Korea? No,
I meant the closest you're probably going to get for America or New York, should I say?
Right. No, I'm I know.
Like for me, I like to watch food blogs and food TV shows and stuff like that. So I purposely like try to find like the most like whoever reviews this and that and like try it out myself if I can. Like I'll try anything once. I've had alligator. I've eaten bull balls. I've eaten. I hope that Amazon think that's okay to say.
Come on,
eat.
JG.
I think I've literally tried anything once. The only thing in this world I will not eat is stinky cheese and blue cheese. I will not touch.
What about durian? I don't think you've had durian.
What about scorpions?
I'd eat it. I'd try it once. I'd do it if I'd try. I had crickets before.
Ew.
Oh yeah, so yeah. Caleb, the question did come up. Crickets made me think of Thailand. Not that I'm not saying that that's like the immediate, but there is a question. We don't have to get it right now, but I want to just like pin it. Is what does Thailand have that makes everyone want to train there? That was a question that came up before because, like, obviously, I've talked about training and living in Thailand. Some other fighters we've had Alex on, and some other people come from the gym and like interest, and everyone wants to go there. So we could talk about that, but keep kind of going here. Well, we'll just pocket that as somewhere we're going to go with that kind of a question. Just a heads up.
You want me to think about it or just tell you the brief one right now?
Yeah, I mean, I say we like just think about it, and then in the meantime, we continue talking about food because there's like an interesting, like we're kind of almost going into timeline while like talking about different pieces on this timeline. So like made it from the Northeast. Now we're like, now we're in the Carolinas, right? Got training.
Let me get up.
Got to get in the zone for this one, right? We're getting.
It's cheaper than dirt cheap. The food. It's like New York, but it's mostly Thai food. Don't ever get. Side note. Never, ever, ever in your life get pizza in Thailand unless you're at an Italian place.
I would
Bro,
never.
there was actually one spot in Phuket that was owned by an Italian, Italian like brothers. Bro, their pizza was, I mean, it's not like New York or maybe Italy. I've never been to Italy, but like it was good.
Okay.
Like it was good.
What was it run by?
2 Italian dudes, of course, right?
Todd.
And they also went to France. They went to France. And they like did their culinary training in France. They had Italy, so they had a really nice like.
Hold on, let's just pause real quick. Don't be that person on vacation that goes to like the Dominican Republic and asks for like French food.
Yeah, but when you're
gonna
for
be
8
disappointed.
months,
Like, don't do that.
Look, hold up. T for timeout. If you're there for 8 months, maybe a year, you kind of want pizza.
Yeah, eventually you're gonna want to have it.
But your expectations cannot be up here.
Sure.
No, my expectations were frozen pizza.
Like, and was it below that, or did it meet the frozen pizza expectation?
Below.
Really?
Below. Everything else phenomenal.
Yeah.
Pizza, no.
Okay. Fair. See, at least my thing is like when I read reviews on resorts or places I'm traveling to, and people are like, "Oh, the food was so crappy," blah 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 blah. But I read like they going on. I ordered, chicken parmesan while I was in the Caribbean. I'm like, bro, what did you expect the chicken parmesan?
If you're there for a week, that's dumb.
Yeah, exactly.
You go to wherever you're going to try their food. You go for the Spanish spot. You go for the Caribbean spot. You go for a local restaurant. That's what you do when you're traveling. Don't be that tourist who expects like the hibachi spot to be lit when you're in,
You know what's crazy though?
what?
I would get food at Tesco Lotus. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but the like, what I mean? The food spot, bro, like they had like pretty decent Thai food. Like it would be like, I don't know. I want to say it was like
container.
Yeah,
like,
it was like
okay.
70 baht or 100. I actually don't even remember, but it was like a couple bucks. It wasn't like anything crazy like budget wise.
Yeah, and then McDonald's is amazing over there. For some reason,
McDonald's?
Bro, yeah, like fast food's like
I could
it's like
I can give it. That I
can
can
see.
see. I could see, and I also heard each country had, or even like it even changes by like I wouldn't say county, but depending, like how it changes.
The food they serve is different. Yeah.
Yeah, and I heard that's actually like there's people who vlog that go to different McDonald's in different countries.
No, America sucks. Like the service there, the quality of food was better. It just was. We're just getting.
I've heard that from a lot of people that eating like fast food outside of the U.S. is such an experience opposed to like the millions of McDonald's out here. And the only difference between going to a McDonald's in New York and then say Virginia is that they put mustard on that
state.
Yeah, like who does that? Sorry, I don't know if you like that, but who puts mustard on a bleh,
on a what?
On a burger? Like bleh. No, that's gross.
You could do special sauce. Is special sauce with mustard,
do
right?
Occasionally.
Like, have you
a cheeseburger? It might.
No, like I remember traveling as a kid and I went to
now.
McDonald's for the first time in Virginia, right? It was actually in Virginia, and I ordered a cheeseburger and I bit into it and there was mustard on it. And I'm like, I thought it was sour. I thought it was bad. So I threw it out and then I ordered another one. And it's still
you really don't like mustard, do you?
I actually do like mustard, but I wasn't like expecting it, so I didn't know. And then like at that time, I probably wasn't into as mustard as I am now. But
I see.
Oh no!
I'm not throwing a burger out because it has mustard on it.
I didn't know it was mustard. First off, I thought it was just like sour. Like I said, I thought it was
a bad burger.
I didn't even complain. I just ordered another one and kept it pushing. But then I went because I was on a camp trip. I went to my counselor. I'm like, my burger tastes funny. Does anyone else? They're like, oh, we forgot to tell you guys they put mustard on burgers down here. So if you're tasting something weird, and all the kids are looking at the burgers like, what the hell is this? Like, I don't know. But I apparently heard in McDonald's in other countries they do like not. Someone raved about a fish sandwich overseas or something, and there's something else that's really good. I don't know. What did you eat that was really good? What? I don't know.
Their rice and fried chicken.
They served rice and fried chicken at McDonald's?
Yeah. And their burger. They did have burgers. I just never tried them. Like
rice and fried chicken.
What they do good there is frying chicken. That's one thing. The fish they do there is good. I don't normally like fish grilled or fried, but I did there.
Then Mike is frozen.
There's street food. Like this one thing I was called Mu Ping Cao Niao. It's sticky rice and grilled pork skewers.
Wait, this is all at McDonald's?
No, hell no. This was street
food. Okay. Wait, I was like, wait, what? Hold on. I'm like, what McDonald's are you going to, bro? So this is all street food at this point.
Yeah, the last few were street food. I'm sorry.
No, Mike said his Wi-Fi went out for a second, so he'll be back. So tell me what else is like a big plus in Thailand besides like you could eat. I heard you could eat for like $5 a day there.
Less.
Really?
Yeah.
So what can you feed yourself? How much money do you need to feed yourself a day? Like if you're being smart.
If you're being cheap, $2.
Really? What are you eating for $2?
And it depends it also depends if the gym is giving you meals with accommodations. That's why I say.
So say they're not. This is coming straight out of pocket. Yeah, straight out of pocket.
Probably like $4.
And what are you getting for $4?
Probably get an omelet in the morning.
Oh.
And it's got rice in it, vegetables.
Stop.
Yeah, and it's not like this big. It's the plate's normally around this.
So is it $4 for that omelet or for the whole day?
No, that's like that omelet was probably $1, probably 80 cents.
And what else are you getting throughout the day?
Smoothie.
Okay.
Then lunch. Then snacks. then dinner. And if the dinner isn't crazy, maybe some dessert.
And that's all $4.
$3, $4, more or less.
That's incredible. And
Yeah,
they're
every
good
dollar
hefty
here is
meals.
30 there.
What?
That's the current conversion. It's like I feel it's 30 or $33 right now.
So every dollar here is about 30 baht, you said?
Yeah.
What? But now, when you say 30 baht, what does 30 baht get you? Like in comparison, like what will 30 baht get you?
So that omelet would have been 20 baht.
Okay. Okay.
Or dinner would have been 20 baht. The snacks or something would have been like, or the smoothie would be like maybe 30. And no, omelet 60, then smoothie about 20, 30. It's cheap.
Oop, I think Mike is texting us. Let's see what he says.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to just reload everything now. Apparently there's a big storm. Meow. Keyword meow.
Meow? Meow or meow?
Meow. I say meow. I don't know. Do you ever watch Jersey Shore?
No, thank God I don't need a lobectomy.
Okay, well, I lived off reality TV growing up, unfortunately. I don't know how old you are. If you're comfortable saying it, you're more than welcome.
31.
Oh, okay, so we're the same exact age. Okay, then.
Yeah.
But I grew up on
anime and video games.
That was it for you.
And anime, video games, and martial arts.
Okay, well, I mean, I liked anime too, don't get me wrong. I mean, by anime, I mean like Dragon Ball Z, Inuyasha,
That's
and
a staple. Yeah.
Yeah, like the ones that like
I mean,
cross
some of my
over.
passwords are sourced from that. Me and my twin love it.
Oh, you have a twin?
Yeah, twin sister.
Oh, identical or
fraternal?
Can girls and boys be identical?
I don't think so.
Are you sure about that?
That'd be very weird. I'm not a doctor, so don't quote me.
What does he think of Jake Paul? A question.
I'm not mad at him. He looks like he trained.
What is this whole thing? I see his name all the time. What is this like? What is this like Jake Paul thing? Is he like an actual fighter?
I'd like to see him against someone he keeps calling out grapplers for striking, which it's ingenious. He's calling out other basketball players, I hear. And I'd like him to do it with another striker. Like Anderson Silva did it against a boxing champion and schooled him. Jake Paul is doing it against wrestlers.
He's just fighting random people. Is that what he's doing?
Yeah, essentially. Or people that are not other strikers or known for having hands in boxing. And granted, if you have enough money, you can afford any trainer you want. And if you put enough work in, you'll be at least at least decent.
So was he like is he like a professional fighter, or is he just all of a sudden one day decided I'm going to pay a trainer and I'm going to do this?
I think it's a combination. He could, I think being a fighter, people confuse with consistency.
Okay.
Or just not giving up. The only difference between me and someone that stopped on fight one is they stopped showing up.
My stream is still going to my Wi-Fi. Mike's in my chat right now. All right, Michael, we're here holding it down so you come back. Heidi said, "Wow, he looks maybe 16." She says you look 16.
Yeah. I can thank my grandma.
He goes, "I can thank my grandma." Oh my God.
She's well into the close to the triple digits, and she still looks like she's 50 years old. So when I'm 100, I'll probably look like I'm 60.
Hey, you can't be mad at that.
Just when you're a bouncer and they're asking for people that you're checking.
Oh, wait, you're a bouncer?
Checking IDs for. Yeah, that's how I also paid for my trip to Thailand. They're like, "Are you old enough to drink?" And I'm like, "I'm old enough to not let you in this club or bar."
And I'm old enough to kick your butt.
Yeah,
so
I'm like, I don't care if you're older than me. Yeah.
Okay. And then that was while in North Carolina or in New York?
North Carolina.
Okay. And how long ago did you go to Thailand?
What year is it? 2022. I think I left in 2019,
Oh, so it's
2018.
recently.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Someone wrote in the chat, would he fight Mr. T or Drago? Drago?
Either. Wait. What rule set?
What rule set he says? Okay, B, you have to answer his question. He said, what rule set? We'll take it from there.
All right.
At least people know I see Jake Paul. I only know that name because of TikTok. I'm all over TikTok, so I see him on, and that's literally.
Okay. I knew about him because apparently when he was in Japan, him and his brother were in the suicide forest and were filming something.
Okay. Oh, B said boxing. That's what he said for boxing.
Mr. T, how tall is Mr. T?
I don't know. You want me to Google it?
Yeah.
I could Google it.
Because height matters.
Mike is hanging. He goes, height matters.
Height and weight matters. If you're like, I don't care how big you are, I'm like, I do. I mean, after 50 pounds, it's
height. There was a video.
Even 10, 20 pounds. It's like, yeah, I don't. Unless
he is 5'10". 5'10".
Oh, Mr. T.
He goes, Mr. T. Isn't he also old as hell?
Yeah, and Drago's what, like 6'6"?
I don't even know who. I never even heard of that name before. It makes me think of Draco Malfoy.
You've never watched Rocky?
Drago? I mean, I have watched Rocky, but I don't remember who the names are. I just know Rocky. That's all I know.
The Russian guy that Rocky fought that killed Apollo Creed? Nothing?
I mean, like, I watched.
Oh, I just might have ruined it for people. I'm sorry, guys.
No, I mean, I'm sure that people who watch it right now. First off, you don't know Rocky, bro. My power is Dronesville. Wait, what?
Okay.
I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
I'm lost too. Jonesville, that's cool.
Dunsville. Oh, Dunsville. Is that what you said, bro? My power is Dunsville. Does that mean your power went out, Mike? B said Mr. T won the strongman contest at 5'11". I don't know.
Cool. I don't care how strong you are. What never changes is my reach and my height. Don't care how fast, how strong you are.
I think I saw a TikTok. They were saying like there was this young kid trying to step up to like an older man, but he was tall. He was tall and he was pretty like hefty. And he just put the kid to the ground and sat on him. And then I think the title was like, this is why they have weight classes in boxing. And the guy literally just sat on him and he's like, what are you gonna do, bro? What are you going to be? Oh, Dunsville. Is that what you meant, Mike? Oh, so your power went out, Mike? Is that what's happening? How regular does he get in streets fights? It was the question for you.
How regularly do I or did I?
It says, how regularly does he get in street fights?
None right now. None for the past decade. Yeah, decade, honestly. Really turned the corner with martial arts. Stopped altogether because you realize when you playing with professional fighters or amateur fighters, it's like, and you're like, oh, I ain't know nothing. And then you see somebody and they get mad. So you're like, how many different ways can I break this person? I don't even hear what they're saying.
I think like Gina, more Mike. I don't know. Wait, what do you mean by that? I think like Gina, more Mike. I'm confused. I don't.
I am too.
Mike goes, yeah, power is out. So I'm just going to be in the chat and my stream is still live. #facts. That's Mike in the chat. Mike, if you want me to ask some questions on your behalf, you can still like ask some questions, obviously.
I'm an open book on those things.
So were you fighting a lot before martial arts?
Yeah, anger is shit. Anger is not a great thing. I had an older brother and new kid.
And you had what? Was it the last part?
An older brother. And yeah, they couldn't find him, they'd find me.
Okay. So that's
also Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z is not the greatest thing Well, now it might be, but growing up, anime anything. If you didn't watch football, you could pick. You pick kids over bullet monsters. I don't know. Yeah, just nerdy stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of kids at that age, like, oh, especially since we're the same age. I had Yu-Gi-Oh, I had Pokemon. I think that was a big thing. Dragon Ball Z was
Oh
huge.
yeah, Digimon.
Wow. Do you remember Crazy Bones?
No,
You don't
what's
remember
crazy?
Crazy Bones? Are the little things that you flicked at each other, um, and kids collect
Beyblade?
them. No, they
No,
were
Beyblade where you like let it rip.
no. It was these little Mike. Do you know what Crazy Bones are? Oh, talk to us how you feel.
Mhm.
Chest in. Wait. Talk to us how you feel chess impacted your fighting. He said
Chest.
chess. That's what he said.
Oh,
He
chess.
said
Is it
chess, like
chess
C
like the
H.
game?
I think that's what he meant. Tell us how you feel chess impacted your fighting.
I used to play a lot with my grandpa, and it always taught me to think. And sounds weird, but if I like Muay Thai because you got 8 limbs, and if you think about your limbs like your power players or the knight, bishop, rook,
Mm.
queen, and then your queen would be your special move, and then your best one, your other good moves would be those things, and your pawns are just say like different jabs or leads to
Oh,
set
and
other
then
things up.
we have, wait.
Mhm.
B in the chat asks, "What's Caleb's OnlyFans?"
Actually, I don't have an OnlyFans. I have an OnlyHands.
Oh, but hey,
Just
nothing
fans
against
want to have
OnlyFans
kids.
though. Like, it's a good moneymaker, just saying. And you don't have to get naked.
Alright.
So, just FYI, if you ever need some extra cash, I have a client who had a whole book on it.
All right.
Or
I'll make an OnlyHands, so I'll just make pictures of my hands.
there's a whole market for that actually. Feet too.
Really?
Mike Rhodes,
Okay.
Mike forgets too that there's a delay in, so when we talk here,
hmm
we see it like a minute or two later. So Mike's like writing things we said like a minute ago. How your mind works with chess and how it translates to fighting and how your strategies and approach, which you basically covered when you said bingo. Hi Mish, how are you? B wrote B, I don't what are your pronouns? I don't know if it's he, she, or because it's just the letter B as your name. They're laughing with the
hmm
face. I literally just had a question in my head and then I completely went blank. Oh, so do you have any kids, family, wife?
No, I just have. I've got a grandma. I've
Okay.
got a twin sister.
Okay.
I've got that finger. I've got an aunt. Not aunt. It's my cousin. Cousin Mika. I call my cousin Mika like aunt because she's old enough to be on. I always call her that, or we always
Mhm.
laugh because she's not my aunt. She's my cousin, and our family is mixing. Oh, aunt and cousin sometimes interchangeable.
You don't even want to know what my family does. We have family members we call aunt and uncles and cousins that we're not even blood related because they've been there since so long. My
Yep.
my technical cousin, we're 14 years apart, so I call her my Aunt Kim. She's technically
hmm
my first cousin, but she's so much older than me that we call her aunt. It's just like there's no, and then I
Yeah.
call Mike my brother, and I call his kids call me aunt, and then my
hmm
kid calls him uncle, and it's like we're all cousins. It's like
Yeah. Similar to that, I've got a cousin in Easton who I talk to with my little cousin DJ, and then my 2 nieces.
now, how does your whole family react to the fighting life? Are they supportive? Were they not as supportive at first? Like, take us down that path. Go ahead. Yeah.
Grandma has never seen them fight yet, and she's
Really?
been
She can't do it.
never, will not at all. She will come watch me teach people. She can watch me train, but she will never go to a fight. My
And I'm
twins
assuming she
been
doesn't
to
want to
my
see you
fight.
hit.
Hmm?
She doesn't want to see you hurt. I'm assuming that's the reason.
She's scared I'll get hurt or something like that.
Okay. I think, Mike, correct me if I'm wrong. There's someone in our family who's never seen you fight. Was it my mom who said could never watch you fight? I've been to, I
Mhm.
think, one of Mike's fights, and I think I was like courtside screaming at him, like, go! I was like that girl just like yelling, like screaming. I had no voice by the end of it, so I was all for it.
Mhm.
He got knocked pretty hard, but I think Mike won though. I think Mike won. and the guy was going to propose to his girlfriend if he won and he lost. Yes, I remember that. Prince, hi, Karen. No one.
Oh, and my cousin Naya, she came to see my New York fight.
But overall, what's
cousin
the
and my
general
cousin.
consensus of it? Like, were they like,
Ooh, it's like, no, they're like, you're wasting your time with that. You think you're the next Ali or something? I'm like, and then that same uncle was like, you know, you should pay me to be your manager. I'm like, no. What do you know about managing a athlete?
No,
So cars, no.
that takes a very specific person. And in the chat, we have who would win in a fight, Mike or Collab? Mike
I think
goes,
that's unfair.
Mike goes, honestly, Collab would beat me right now. He says now. Keyword now.
Yeah.
Let's emphasize on the now.
I'm guessing I'm in the same fight age or what? What's up? I'm like, that's like when I think Tyson and Roy Jones fought. Roy Jones had took a 3-year break, and then Tyson hasn't fought since he was 25.
That plays a big role in it. That has to play a big effect on it.
Yeah.
And then Mike goes, it was Aunt Dee, it was my mom who couldn't watch him, and then his mom stopped going after 2 fights. Which I get it. And now me and Mike had the conversation that if you have kids, right? You could say this, and you say this now that you don't have them, and they'll see what you would say. That if your kids, like Mike has 2 daughters, and I said, what if they would want to like start fighting? Would you? He's like, no, I don't know if I feel comfortable. I'm like, but you're literally a fighter. How can you turn around and tell your daughters, no, I wouldn't want them fighting? I mean, if they really want to, I'd let them, but I really don't think they should. But you're a fighter. Like, how are you going to tell your 2 daughters who constantly watch you train and this and that? Would you let your kids fight? Like, what's your thought process on that?
I don't want to start them out because I know I would care about how their development.
As far as, what does that mean?
A lot of McGyms, and I would say I want it because if you don't I feel most people forgot there's a lot of internet and keyboard warriors. I hate to say this, but actually I don't. I'm fine with it. A lot of keyboard warriors, and there's a lot of people who will say things oh yeah, it's like someone watching NFL and never competing in the NFL or at that level. However, you kind of want to know you can get punched in the face and that being calm, like I'm not dead after I get hit in the face. A lot of people don't have that. It lets you know it's humble pie.
Okay.
And on the flip side, it gives you self-confidence. Whereas I was very insecure about myself. Had a lot of anger issues. Now I'm pretty okay and I'm just weirder.
So you're basically the overall consensus that you would let your kids, but not at a certain age. You would let it before a certain age.
No, I would never let them spar until they're probably at least like maybe like full. And when I say sparring, full contact, free sparring, not drill sparring. It's drill.
Now, would it be different if you had a daughter or a son?
No, unless I'd make them till a certain age. If they still want to, I'll be all for it. If they don't, find your passion.
Okay. I definitely agree with putting kids into like a sport or something at a young age. My husband did karate for like when one of those kids, you see every kid. I think every kid goes through the karate stage, or at least every kid I know. Mike did karate at some point. I think it's a New York thing, or I don't know what it was. I think I did a class at some point. It may not have been like anything professional. My husband did it. He was actually on or either qualified or was on the Olympic team for New York at one point when he was younger. It didn't go anywhere. He stopped. He had his black belt and that was it. And I don't think he did anything with it. But I mean, I think putting kids in sports are good. So like you said, you put them in a sport. They want to continue. They do. Someone asks, random question. What scary movies freak out Collab?
Wait, would freak me out or would I?
What scary movies freak out Collab?
None really. They're pretty funny at this point.
Any scary movies over any? Are you like someone? I hate scary movies, so you don't want to ask me that question. I
like them. I enjoy them a lot. That would freak me out. Maybe a jump scare for the first 5 or 10 minutes. Other than that, it's me trying not to laugh. Like, this is a dumb idea. Why are you guys breaking up? Why are you guys splitting up? Who does this? Like somebody was like, oh, let's explore that. Yeah, let's go down. No, let's go the other way.
Yeah, like why are you running into a dark alleyway? Like let's not do it, or let's not go into the dark room. Oh, I heard a noise. Let's not run towards it. Type situation.
Yeah,
No, I agree.
It seems like these people never have that. This is gonna sound like a 90s. Like if you grew up, the smart ones came home. The dumb ones end up on a milk carton.
Wait, is it? Am I saying? Wait, have I been saying your name wrong this entire time?
How have you been saying it?
I said collab.
It's Caleb.
Caleb, what? You should have corrected me like 45 minutes ago.
Because I've done it. People get it wrong so much. I'm used to it.
Mike just corrected me in the chat. He's like, "Is it collab or Caleb?" And I'm like, I guess I'm saying it wrong because I always say people's names wrong because I have the worst dyslexia ever. So I see something and I never say it correctly. So Mike likes to we go through that every live. So Caleb.
No problem. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what's ironic is I want them. Oh, we're back to the daughter part. I want them to do striking and grappling, but don't want them to compete unless they truly love it, which is exactly, where we stood at before. Mike, do you have any questions for Caleb? Now that I got it correctly,
Don't worry about it.
Is Khabib the goat? Khabib the goat.
Khabib.
Khabib.
It's Khabib the goat.
Or he is it? I don't know what that is.
Cheeky Lindsay? Yeah, I don't know. Giga, I think, or is Giga the goat or Khabib? I'm not sure. I don't keep up with MMA as much because I stopped doing MMA.
I know absolutely jack when it comes to any of this stuff. I just like, does it hurt? Do you really enjoy punching people in the face? Do you like getting? Mike says he likes getting punched in the face.
Nope.
Mike, no, you don't?
Mm-mm. Nope. It's just
part of the job.
It's part of the job. I don't like getting punched in the face because I've been punched in the face enough.
Have you ever been KO'd?
No, actually.
Okay. Have you ever KO'd someone?
Yes.
Oh, so you knocked? Okay.
But not that way. Broken ribs, body shots, and one TKO from non-body shot things. I've been TKO'd.
What's that? Wait, what's TKO'd mean?
Counted out.
Or
the ref or the doctor stoppage.
1, 2, 3, like that type thing.
Like 1, 2, 3, and the ref waves it off.
Yeah, like you're done. You're done.
Yeah.
Okay. I know Mike has knocked KO'd someone, and that was like his third fight. I think it was like a 2-second knockout or something like that. He had. That's the only. I can't imagine getting hit so hard that you're just like done, blacked out. You don't know.
I've not been there yet. I hope I never get there. Honestly, that's.
Mike said, ask him about his clinch.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's my wet blanket foo.
Your what?
Wet blanket foo.
What's that?
I become a wet blanket and I stick to you like glue and stab you.
So what, you just like grab them and then go like at them?
In various ways I manipulate them. I make it so they can't really grab me, hurt me back, but I can give all the pain. And that's what I'm trying. That's my goal. Just give them more pain and make it so that they can't. Yeah, because clinch, it's the most active part of Muay Thai. Whereas in boxing or kickboxing, when you clinch, it's the least active. This is the reverse. And part of it is you're going to get hit with knees in the ribs or elbowed in the face. I find it's a martial art or a microcosm in it itself.
I really wish I could do this right now. I'm trying to imagine this in my brain. It's like kind of hard to imagine this whole clinch wet blanket thing. I really wish I could see this firsthand.
Okay. So think of someone that if we're fighting and I grab you.
Like a koala to a tree.
Similar, but I'm not that close to you. Close enough where you punch me and it's not working and you have to physically either push me away, try to push me away and it's not working. And I'm just holding you like I'm your lover. Like I love you. But I'm grabbing your arms and your head and just manipulating you in different ways so I can stab your ribs. And eventually I can stab your face with my elbows.
So is that how you broke that person's rib?
Hmm?
He said
Several.
it so, he said so like, yeah, that's how I broke his rib. It was a great time.
Several
you
of them.
know? Oh, the thought of a
I also
broken.
have bony knees, very bony appendages.
I can't imagine getting need. I mean, I guess I get why, but in order to get to the point where you get paid enough for me to feel like it's worth it, you have to go through a lot of fights, a lot of bruises, a lot of pain, a lot of hurt. And I think that's a big mental thing too. Like you have to have the mental space to get hit and be like, I'm okay with this. Like, do you feel like you have a strong mental capacity for this?
Yeah, I'm okay with getting hit. I'm okay with my nose getting broken.
Has it
I'm
happened
not
before?
okay with repeating this.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just like potato chips up here. It's fine
Nah.
for about a month.
I have a deviated septum. I'm supposed to get that fixed. I
Yeah,
haven't gone to get that fixed yet because I'm too scared. One, I like
I'm
my
waiting.
nose. I like my nose.
I'm waiting till I'm done with fighting to get that happen. If I need it.
But
Spring doctors are great.
no, did you have to have the packing in your nose and everything and sit there for
No, they just at the thing they would. He's at the first one he stuck two. That's kind of like what are those things? Those things they stick in your ear.
Q-tips?
Giant Q-tips. Yeah, it was like you stuck giant Q-tips in it, just hold still for a second and just straighten that sucker out. And then the other one was in Thailand, and this was after the fight, and he was gonna say I charge this one. She's like, well, I also have these college students here. If I do it with no anesthesia, you don't have to pay. And he just fixed it. By the way, get anesthesia all the time. It was a really dumb, poor mistake. I fixed my nose. He reset it in front of the college students. He didn't make me pay for anything because I did it without anesthesia or numbing. It's part of it.
Do you know that's one of the most expensive part of surgeries and
Really?
doctor visits is anesthesia? So like plastic surgery. I had a friend who got like chin lipo, and her surgery, because she worked with the doctors, was significantly cheaper because she didn't get anesthesia and she just did local anesthetics. Like, you know, when they did, like when you go to the dentist and they just inject you. So the most expensive part of surgery is the anesthesiology.
Well, that's why he said it was free if I just. All right. I like that.
Mike's like halfway in here.
We see his shorts.
I made it back, y'all.
Look at
the storm went away.
The storm went away?
Kind of. At least the power came back. Oh, I got to move my camera. Oh, jeez.
Can you just move yourself over a little bit?
No, like my desk is like right here.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, move it over. But look where the camera's to right now.
You just
had a straight crotch shot every time he's live. Yeah. It's like, Mike, can you like put something back there to like look pretty besides your short?
Maybe put your noggin over it. Just move over to your right a bit or your left.
Talking about the crotch mural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because no one can see his head ever, so it's just the.
I had the mural done before I started like setting up all the filming stuff. So now in hindsight, the way the layout is, I'm like, oh shit, this isn't really the best. It's supposed to be me like bowing and like showing gratitude for like it was a whole thing. I had a whole concept in my mind. Yeah. It's like it's me like bowing with my whole like Mongol on, the whole dress up, and like, you know, anyways, it has like Thai flowers and stuff. Hold on, let me show you actually. I'll give you a little like panoramic view here.
All right, so while Mike does that really quickly, guys, I just want to say hello, everyone watching out there today. Thank you so much for joining us. We're here live on Real Family.
That looks nice.
Yes, you know, it's really nice all together. It's just we get only that when we're live. Guys, we have so much products down in the carousel. Swipe through, check them out. If you have any questions, we'll go through them. But everything you see here, from the mic to the laptop to the camera, everything is here. The LED lights, it's all in the carousel down below. But we make this episode about you guys and listening to things we have to talk about. We have
I just have a trippy Space Ark and lady and face volcano over there.
Ooh, and I see the LS fighting lightning strikes. What up? Yeah, local promotion.
Ooh,
they said hang pictures. That's what I got.
I like it.
It works.
I have 2 whiteboards in those. That's it.
I mean, it works. It works. All you need, right? I mean, as long as it feels like home to you, that's what matters. Someone asked about cauliflower ear. I don't know what they just wrote cauliflower ear question
Nope.
mark.
Don't ever let it settle. Keep draining it. Get it drained professionally as a bonus points. If not, have fun trying to put AirPods in.
Oh, dude, the struggle's real, homie.
Cauliflower ear, right?
Yeah, my both ears. But on the right side, it's like it doesn't fit, so like it messes up. It actually messes with my hearing a little bit. Like I'm not deaf or anything, but it's like the way it ricochets and like the way I can hear with my left ear versus my right ear, like certain angles and stuff. It's slightly impacted by it. I can like notice a difference.
I had no idea. I always got a needle because I just got a needle and drained it. Every time.
And I even had like I had nurse friends of mine that would drain it for me. But I also, when I was younger, I did a lot more jujitsu, and I thought it was like kind of cool. You know, I didn't
think it was cool at all.
It's not. It's definitely not. It's like a pointless thing to have.
Yeah, I'm like, I was like looking at what some of the guys when I was there, I was like, I don't want that. And I saw it one time, I was like, oh no. And I just stuck. I was like, how long do I have to keep doing this?
So you know what's one thing I thought we could do, because you were talking about clinch, and Gina had a hard time wrapping her brain around this. And the reason I wanted to ask about clinch and talk about this, so I wanted to run this philosophy by you, Caleb.
Oh, geez.
And because I've asked Chris this, I asked like Sanchai this, like in a translated situation, and he had like no idea what the hell I was talking about. And it was really hard to express myself. But I feel like you speak English as you'll understand what I'm saying here.
At a decent level.
Yeah, right. Like I got this. So my point, the theme is it, like I kind of noticed this with like, I feel like when you have the ability to clinch, and I think same thing applies in MMA, when you have the ability to grapple, it creates, and you say like a wet blanket, to me, it creates a security blanket. Like I have this area of the fight I can dominate, so I can be more loose, experimental, and be a little bit more relaxed in the lengthier range, the outside striking style, because I know if shit hits the fan, like we can clinch and we can do our thing here. We can end the fight if we need to, or just dominate them, like absolutely dominate at the end of the day. Okay.
I would take that as I can control the pace, and that's what I think of it as. Because if you can't clinch, it's like you don't know how to block a left hook. I'm going to abuse that. I could be great at the outside, but if I'm this much at clinching, like I know this much about clinching and you know this much,
the gap,
and we're the same level at striking on the outside, you better believe your bottom dollar I'm going to that clinch and I'm gonna drain you. And guess what? For like 2 rounds, by the 3rd round, you're a whole different person, and you're just like, I don't want this. Not get away. I don't get away from me. And I'm like, nah, come here. I'm still ready. I'm fresh.
Oh.
But for me, I can control the pacing of it. And I agree with you on, I can relax a little bit more on the outside.
And give you that little bit of wiggle room, or as I call wiggle room. Actually, so I'm just like looking up some fight footage of yours right now, because I want to show a very specific live situation to show it. If not, I'm just going to pull up like a demo video of you from Instagram. But that's why I'm like looking at my screen right now, because I want to show them, because it's like G has also a good point, is like sometimes I take for granted, when I talk to other fighters, I take for granted the understanding that we have and the language that we speak, and everyone outside of that aren't going to be able to have the same visual understanding or cues or awareness to it. Right?
So I guess honestly, Gina is clinching. You've seen wrestling, and have you watched MMA?
I mean, like I've watched it, but I'm not like
just like I think so.
Okay. You've seen the grappling portion, right?
Yeah.
Clinch would be that, but you're standing, and your goal isn't to throw them to the ground most of the time. Your goal is to cause as much damage to them where they can't cause that same damage back.
Okay.
We'll be close. It's close to a violent kazomba. And my goal is entirely to trap you to a really bad position. I can still use my knees, use my elbows, and my elbows.
Is yours coming in choppy, Mike, or is it just me?
Yeah, no, that's me too. I think it's something up with the mic.
I think it's your headphone. It might be your headphones, Caleb. You're coming in super choppy on both of our ends.
And then I'm gonna screen share. Hold on, check it. So this is like I actually wanted to pull up a different situation, but this is one of the videos that popped up. So I'm just gonna show it, and I just saw that like in this part I fast forward to, you guys immediately go like pretty much right into a clinch. So check this out and clinch time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So see kind of how they're interacting with one another right now, G. So they can make physical contact, right? So the physical contact now becomes a potential weapon, an offensive weapon, but also now something defensively you can use, like where you can like angle and position. Anyways, Caleb, you explain a little bit more. Like and I'm not saying like read what you're trying to do in this situation, but again, using knees to attack.
Him
right?
to hurt him, more can hurt him. He does it on being smart. Score.
Oh, you're still coming in.
Yeah, hold on.
Choppy.
Hold on. So what we're gonna do,
wow.
Caleb, is I want you to like I'm gonna have you refresh the page. We might drop you and add you. Hold on. Let's experiment. And bam.
Or your headphones Bluetooth, your battery might be dying.
Oh, what's up, better? Get out of here, battery.
Battery.
Oh.
Beep, bop, boop, beep.
No, someone, you're dying. You're dying. You might have to unhook your headphones and re-put them back in.
Ooh, let's get to a good part. It's like, I'm going to kick you in the face. Oh, see? Because we have also the clinch ability.
Oh. Yeah.
All right, G, what do you think? What do we do with the audio?
Can you just unhook your headphones? Is there any way, can you like disconnect your headphones?
All right, I'm gonna.
Hold on. Let's see.
We got this, y'all. We got this. I'm gonna check the chat, see if we got any questions.
Stopped.
Okay.
Let's see.
Oh, it stopped.
Yeah,
Okay,
there we go.
Hello?
Whatever you
What'd
did.
you do?
Can you hear us?
What'd you do? It's magic.
I didn't do anything yet. Give me one
Okay,
second.
so don't do anything.
Yeah, just stay.
Don't touch
right
it.
there. No, I'm kidding.
I'm not doing anything. I was gonna disconnect and then reconnect.
Don't touch it. Don't look at us. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just being silly. So here's the thing I wanted to throw out there. I also wanted to pose a question to you, Caleb, in a deeper matter. This is a question I've been actually asking all day. And the question is, so what do you want next? What's like a big, I asked you this question before as well. What's like a big juicy goal you have for your life right now? What's something that you're really either excited about or something that maybe you don't even directly have it as the goal right now, but it's like a juicy big ass goal that's related to what you're working on right now and that really motivates you? Could be fight related, could be academically related, could be other professionally related, coaching, whatever. Could be getting better at chess. No, I'm just kidding.
Is he?
Now the mic's not
Now
working.
we can't hear you.
No.
No.
We just like messing with you, Caleb. I don't know.
You might just have to disconnect those headphones.
It's going to do it. It's going to do it. Not yet. Not yet. We're going to get you back, though. Don't you worry. So in the meantime, I kind of want to play this video because this is for the WBC title, actually, the fight that I pulled up for you. So we're going to kind of let it play.
Let it play.
While we're connected you here. Put a little video share on. Whoop.
Do it.
Don't worry, Caleb. So for those of you that are either just joining or kind of like wondering like, hey, what fight are we playing? Oh, we got to go back to that. That was a nice little pressure move. And this is a whole nother fun thing we could do. Caleb, we could find times for you on like maybe Saturdays on my other channel and just have me and you like watch fights and talk about stuff and then talk about the products that we're like, maybe some of the training gear that you're using, things like that. Also, I don't know, Amazon might actually, I'm going to take this down. I'm kind of slightly concerned because the last time I had even me hitting pads with a client up, they banned the stream and they pulled it down. So I'm going to stop sharing that. I don't know what's up with that. Makes me sad. But yeah, and also, I don't know what's going on with the mic now. Now we can't hear. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think, G? G's all like audio tech. Let's see what she thinks.
You disconnected the headphones?
Yes.
Just shake your head yes or no. Is the headphones connected?
Yeah, we're going to do hand signals.
No. Oh, you might have to go to the settings on your wherever you have this link from, and they're not
Oh,
connected.
they're not plugged in. Oh, they're
Okay.
just not connected.
So on the link of the stream.
It
Oh
was
wait.
mute.
Oh, there we
you
go.
had it on mute?
Ah, this guy.
Yeah, after I reconnected, it hit mute. Apparently, it mute.
You silly goose.
Good job. Good job.
But hey, we figured it out. You're back. That's what counts. So yeah, dude. All right. So yeah, talk to us about a juicy goal, juicy why.
A juicy why? I want to train with Yabusha Porbunsit, or he's Yabusha Banchmik gym right now.
Okay. So now give me a timeline. When would you like to have this happen by?
Next year.
Okay, cool. Now talk to me about now let's think about it. So this is a fun connection I like to make with when we set out goals and then trying to connect it in like a visceral way. So like, what does that smell like for you? What does that taste like? What's that experience going to like connect that to your senses? Like, especially what you've had based on your already existing training, when you would imagine it would smell like, just knowing from a reference standpoint, what that would be like.
He's the best clincher. That current clincher, he's beaten every Thai legend. He is very successful internationally. And we're also the same height and the same weight. And I'm like, I feel I slighted myself the first trip not training with him and discredited it. Now I want to go there and train because he's got more experience than me and he knows more about clinch than me. Taking anything from him and adding it to my game would do nothing but benefit.
Boom. So now let's tie in. So what does the training environment feel like? What does it smell like? What are the foods that you're eating? Give me some connections to it.
Muping County.
Okay.
Grilled pork sticky rice.
Ooh.
Yeah, that street food is crack.
Dude. Bro, that we could do like a whole stream just about the food in general. But so now, all right, so we got that. Now talk to me about, when are you going? What time of year? You going to like monsoon season? You going in like the drier season?
Winter.
Okay,
my goal is winter.
Yeah. All right, sweet.
There's gonna be less people also.
Yeah.
Well, probably gonna be more people, but at his gym, there's not a lot right now because he made a new gym.
Booyah. All right, sweet. So now we'll create an action plan around that. That's something I want to work with you on, not just like our strength conditioning and the nutrition, which also, one of the other things that we'll go over later this week, maybe we'll find a call time tomorrow or Friday where I'll go on and talk about like our affiliate link stuff and all the other back end stuff we don't have to do right now. But I want to also have those kind of goals. And then like, all right, now let's create a roadmap. How we're going to get you there. How much do we need? What do we need to do? Bada bing, bada boom. Look at that. He's already got it mapped out on the whiteboard.
For a second, I thought we went up and I thought it was on the ceiling for a second. I'm like, what is that?
And then the other one would be getting stronger with consistent lifting. A non-fight, it's partly fight related, but I've never seriously lifted, and I want to do this whole year is consistent lifting.
Oh yeah, and that's what we're gonna also, like, what I've got for you for a now program, and being able to, again, and what we talked about on prior calls is being able to mix in this balance of resistance training that's gonna have a positive impact on performance, but it's not going to tax us where it's going to negatively impact or impede our actual skill training sessions. Because just as, even though you're extremely skilled, in my opinion, like there's never a point where we have enough skill and we need to like, say, hey, we don't want to develop in our skill anymore. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something that maybe he's there, but like, you know what I mean? Like, when are you ever going to have enough skill?
Never.
So, but we'll add in the resistance training to help improve your performance. If anything, add longevity, add more time onto the end of your career and in your prime years, which we really haven't even like, that's the best part, man. We got still so much prime to go and potential to tap into. Unless
we were born in like the 50s or the 60s, then I'm already at the middle of my life. There's no going up.
Bro, we got time. Right, Jay?
You got it, bro.
I think for me as a fighter, what resonates with me the most is something TJ had said, was I don't just want to have technique or conditioning. I want both. I want to have IQ and conditioning. I'm like, yeah, because if I don't get tired and I can have a great and I have a high IQ, what are you going to do?
Exactly. How are you going to approach that? So I think that's the key thing. And what I think, and this is like a strapline of that, the more time we can spend in the gym because we're staying healthy, we're consistent, and we have the conditioning to push at the end of the training sessions, especially in the last 10% of the training session where maybe other people are quitting. They're already broken in their mind. But if we have the ability, not only the mental ability, that's a big part, but the physical ability for your mind and your body to connect together so you can push through those things. And even just having I think of it as like having body armor, right? Like the more muscle you have on your frame, the more you can take body shots. Not that we want to eat body shots or things like, but absorb punishment and then redistribute it as effectively and efficiently as possible.
I would like this in spades, please.
Right? It's like we want all of that. And then there was this is an interesting question. Bia has this question of, if you could accomplish all your goals within a month, but cut your life by 10 years, would you do it?
All of them?
Like any goal you've laid out for your entire life, you could have them in the next month, all of them realized, but you lose 10 years off the end of your life.
If I'm going to die at 90, I'm going to die at 80 now.
That's a good point, right? And then you have all the accomplishments realized and all the things that you've worked for. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm I can now do more things now. I get new goals to set.
Okay. I like that. I get that. And that was a good question, by the way, B. I like that. Gee, you stretching or you signaling me over here?
No, I was
just celebrating.
Going,
Yeah. And then, Heidi says, I would love to see him fight. So Heidi, what I did was I dropped one of his YouTube videos. I'm going to put his Instagram profile again. I put it earlier in the stream, but again, I'm going to put it in here for you to follow him. He's going to be putting up great content. He already has great content up there, but I know we've talked about he's going to be putting out some more great content. He's also got his own coaching program and stuff he's working on the back end that if you guys are interested potentially. So Caleb, if the peeps are interested in maybe working with you virtually in person, having them, you write up maybe a pro training schedule for them. Like, cause I have people hit us up that are in the middle of nowhere that aren't close to gyms. They're like, hey man, I just want someone to help create a schedule for me to get the basis going. If people want to do that with you, how can they get a hold of you? What's the best way to do that?
Oh crap. Siri just
pressure's
blocked everything out. I apologize.
It's all good. You're still here. So we're good. Now, while you're going through that, talk to us. You can't hear.
Now I can.
Okay, cool.
Siri I hit this and then Siri was like,
hey,
Siri
man, turned on.
You mind me taking
up?
over your conversation for like a minute or two? Yeah.
It's like, what's up? What are you doing? No worries. We're good. So my question is
that I heard the last part I heard was if someone wants an online program written up or something, what would they do? And then Siri took over. Yeah.
So so they want, let's say, hey man, write me out a training schedule that would be good for my Muay Thai. What should I be working? Whatever. How can they get a hold of you? What's the best way for them to reach out to you? Because I put your Instagram in the chat, but I'm wondering if Instagram's the best route, maybe Instagram, email,
Facebook.
Bam.
Instagram, Facebook, or email. I respond quicker to either of those, and I'll give personal numbers once we get past, are you serious, or are you just yanking my chain?
Yanking my chain.
Yeah.
Bam.
Okay.
And then Heidi says, I don't have Instagram, but I know how to work YouTube, so I'm owns it, even though I'm paraphrasing here, but got you. Yeah, definitely check them out. And then I know there'll be more content coming in the near future as well.
Yes. After my next fight, I'll be back in production. It's May 13th. It's with Warriors Cup. Just need an opponent.
Great promotion.
Well,
yeah.
Sure
I love Chris Tran's shows. I love Chris Tran's shows a lot.
Whoop.
And I can see my niece.
Yay.
Yeah.
There you go. Now, guys, any last questions before we head out? Just now, we got one question, I guess, for Caleb. We got, how many push-ups do you do in a day?
There's some days where I don't do any. No, like
there you go. He does 0. No.
Some days it's 0, other days it's 50, and then if I'm 2-a-days, it's probably going to be 100.
Okay. Well,
but it's actually not the push-ups that I mostly do frequently. It's pull-ups and ab wheels.
That's where it's at.
It's a love-hate affair with the ab wheel, though. Pull-ups.
I think everyone hates the ab wheels and those any ab workout.
It's a core wheel and pull-ups because I'm trying to pull you into these knees.
Yeah. Do you know it's another dude? We're gonna go over so many fun variations from pull-ups. By the way, they're gonna have a positive impact on your clinch game. Not that you don't obviously have an amazing clinch game, but the muscular dynamics at play. Like obviously as a strength conditioning coach, I study that. And then as someone that has a Muay Thai background, I look at like, all right, what's the pinching dynamics? What are the muscles that we're leveraging? But then it's not just the muscles we're using to pinch. What's interesting here about longevity with the tissue is about the opposing muscles. So for example, it's or not even that. It's not the pinch. It's the pulling apart. It's the rhomboids, it's the traps, it's the rear delts, it's the reverse flies. It's yes, we want to be able to clinch, but we want to also be able to have balance in the muscle tissue. So it's like, for example, punching speed and power isn't as much about how much you can move forward, it's how easily you can hit the brakes. It's like if you have a Ferrari with no brakes on it, you're going to have one really good use of that car. And then, so for us, it's not about bench pressing a lot. It's about, like you said, pull-ups, pulling. We're going to do fun row variations where I'm going to have you pull a weight, drop it, you let it go, and you got to catch it before it hits the ground. So it increases your fast twitch neurological firing, but then your deceleration on the rowing. It's so much fun stuff. So much fun. What
if I hit my foot with?
No, that weird
don't
thing
worry.
then.
Yeah, and also it's a little snap, crackle, poppy, but don't worry. We're going to go over the demonstration of it, and we're going to set it up where you're using a bench where even if you dropped and you missed, it would just hit the floor. It wouldn't hit your foot. But we're also going to use a weight where like you'll be able to catch it and beat it to the ground. And if not, you learn very quickly how we have to adjust the weight. But with that being said, I think we might actually, so I think we're going to kind of bring it home just because the audio is going now. And it's been like almost an hour and a half. So Caleb, thanks for, again, joining us, coming on. Thanks for holding it down while my power.
Of course, Caleb, am I saying it right now? Caleb was great to talk to, for easy to answer some questions with. And thank you for joining us here today, guys. We kind of just went over everything with him. He was great. Check him out on his Instagram. We went over like the life basically of a fighter, and we asked him some simple questions. If you're actually just tuning in and catching the tail end of this, we're here every Wednesday, 10 p.m. We're here throughout the week, going live normally 6 times a week. So guys, make sure you click that follow button, check us out, and we will see you guys next week. With that being said, say bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
That's the outro. Outro.